The next morning, after Lincoln spent some time with his little sisters yesterday, he wakes up and prepares for the day. Now it's his big sisters and parents' turn to have some bonding time with their soul brother and son as well. Lincoln is in the hallway, about to go downstairs, but gets a heavy clamp on his shoulder, turns around, and sees his jock sister, as usually, supposedly angry. Lynn, sternly, what, thought you could get in my way, loser? Lincoln, what are you talking about? Lynn, playfully gasps, shocked, oh no. You're bad luck. Again. Now you're really in big trouble again, punk. Lincoln, dismayed, I'm dead. Lynn gains breath to yell about Lincoln's luck to everyone in the family, but quickly stops and hugs her only brother. Lynn, I'm just kidding, little bro, kisses him on cheek, how are you, little bro? Lincoln regains composure, once again, all good, Lynn. Was wondering if you're busy. Lynn, nah, I'm free today, Link. Why don't we go down to the gym and have a little exercise together, and then we'll play some basketball, just for practice. Lincoln, all right. Lynn, that's the spirit, lil bro, come on. She playfully nudges him. The two go outside and head for the gym. They approach it, enter the locker room, change into their sports uniform, and we cut to montage of Lincoln and Lynn exercising together with various equipment. Lincoln is doing some boxing with punching bag, push-ups, lifting weights with dumbbells, running on treadmill, and so on. Lynn, on other hand, is seen lifting kettlebells, exercising on cross trainer, then on bicycle, and so on. Lynn, panting, how you doing, Link? Lincoln, also panting, all fine, over here, big sis. Lynn, that's nice to know, let's keep going, a little more, then we'll leave for basketball court. Lincoln, all right. The two loud kids keeping going, until they have enough. They then finish, go back to locker room, change back into regular clothes, have some water from the cooler, and leave the gym. Now they go to a nearby basketball court. Lynn did bring one basketball with herself from home. Lynn, alrighty. Ready for some practice? Lincoln, you bet I am, big sis. Let's roll. Lynn, now remember, Link, we're not having a competition now, just a friendly game together. Lincoln, understood, Lynn. We cut to montage of Lincoln and Lynn playing some basketball together, while SNES rendition of Guile's theme plays in the background. Lynn is finally happy that she can spend some time Lincoln, and not traumatizing him with her roughhousing manners once in a while. 3 hours later, the loud kids now finish up their game, and are going home now. The jock sister then realizes that she owes Lincoln an apology for everything she put him through. After that, the two stop in their tracks. Lynn, Lincoln. Lincoln, yes, Lynn? Lynn, I'm sorry. Lincoln, you're sorry? Lynn, sigh, why yeah. Lincoln, for what? Lynn, for that time I was using way too much pride to shove my victories into your and others' faces. Flashback to events of Linner takes all. Lisa, Lynn, do you possess any sevens? Lynn, hope you've got gas in your boat. Lisa, pardon? I have no aquatic vehicles. Lynn, taunting, 'cause you're going fishing. Lisa draws her card. Lynn, Lori, you seemed pretty interested in Deuce's last round. Got any? Lori sighs, and gives her two. Lynn, slams her cards on the table, boom. Welcome to Losertown. Population, you. She says as she points to her siblings individually. Lincoln, well, now that that's over with, he and the other sisters proceed to get up. Lynn, stopping them, wait, hold on. Tonight's special. It's my. Presses a button, revealing a celebratory tarp. 300th win in a row. I am unbeaten by you, chumps. busts out a bazooka that fires confetti at them and runs off, WOO. Flashback ends, back to present. Lynn, and for that time I was bunking with you. Flashback to events of Space Invader. Lincoln, hey Lynn. What's up? Lynn, there's no way I'm staying in the same room with the Duchess of Darkness. Can I bunk in your bedroom tonight? Lincoln, I'd say yes, but it's not really a bedroom, per SE. There's barely enough space for me, tiny, small, cramped. Lynn, downtrodden, ugh, I guess I'll just go sleep in the bathtub. Lincoln, that's a great idea. Problem solved. Good night. Right before he closes the door, Lynn makes a sad baby doll-eyed face at him. Lincoln, relieved, guiltily sighs and opens the door. All right, you can stay. But just for one night. Lynn, thanks, Lincoln. Busts out fist. Lincoln, flinches, Lynn, 2 for flinching. Playfully punches his arm twice and goes in, laughing. Lincoln, it's just for one night. What's the worst that could happen? Goes in, okay, we'll have to establish a few ground rules. 1. Keep your hands off my. Notices Lynn is using his toothbrush, stuff. Lynn spits out the toothpaste into his wastebasket, and hands them to him. Lincoln tosses his toothbrush in there now that someone else has used it. Lincoln, as I was saying, sees Lynn playing with his giant robot action figure and stops her. Let's just set this down. Lynn messes with his doodads, careful. Lynn touches his clock. Please, don't. Lynn tosses Bun Bun in the air. Bun Bun catches him. You okay? Did the mean girl hurt you? Lynn, looking around, you know, I'm noticing a complete lack of balls in this room. Lincoln makes a discomfort face at that remark. No soccer balls, no footballs, no baseballs, no balls. Good thing I brought Meown. She dumps sports balls out of her pillowcase onto the floor. Lincoln yawns. Would you look at the time? Let's just turn in and get this night over with. Lynn, what do you mean? It's still early, and you have a fun new roommate. Lincoln, yeah. Lynn puts a wrestling mask over Lincoln's head, Lucha Libre. Lincoln, I can't see anything. Lynn, it's Lunatic Lynn off the 3rd turnbuckle. Leaps off the foot of Lincoln's bed. Lincoln, what? What? I can't hear anything, either. Lynn lands on top of Lincoln and starts wrestling him to the ground and pins him down. Lynn, 1, 2, 3. You're out. Yeah. Lunatic Lynn is El Campeón del Mundo. Lincoln, fatigued and bruised, can we just go to sleep? There's less pain involved. Lynn, not when you're a sleep fighter like me. Busts out fist. Lincoln, flinches, Lynn, 2 for flinching. Playfully punches his arm twice and laughs. Lincoln sighs. Later, the two are ready to go to bed, but as Lincoln turns off the lights, Lynn starts ricocheting a tennis ball off the wall. Lincoln, irritated, what are you doing? Lynn, what? It helps me fall asleep. Lincoln, well, it doesn't help me. Can you knock it off? Lynn throws the ball at Lincoln's head and, as they're starting to sleep, lets out a big fart from under the covers and laughs. Lincoln, ugh. Lynn. Lynn pulls the covers over Lincoln, Dutch oven. Laughs as Lincoln cries in distress over the gas she let out. Sets him free as he breathes heavily. Good night, Lincoln. Lincoln, agonized, good night. Later, Lynn is snoring so loud and drooling so much, Lincoln just can't get any sleep, and gets out of bed, and takes his pillow with him. Flashback ends, back to present. Lynn, and the worst of all, is that time when I threatened you with my bat and refused to admit my own defeat. And that's when all of it went apocalypse-like for you, Lincoln. Lincoln gets heartbroken now, after he goes back to one of worst moments in his life, again. Lynn now slowly starts to cry, because even though Lincoln did brought all that stuff upon himself that unfortunate time, the jock sister is still the primary reason all of that happened. Lynn, please, sobs, voice breaks, forgive me, Lincoln. Wah. I never meant to have you go through such absolute torture. She now tightly hugs him, while letting her tears out on his shoulder for minutes. But Lincoln, on the other hand, is fine with all that now, since it's already over for a long time. He caresses his sporty sister on her back. Lincoln, SHHH, it's all right, Lynn. I'm still here, alive and well, and my stuff isn't going anywhere, not at least for several decades. Lynn, but what about that awful time when I forced you to wear that friggin' suit? You could have passed out from a heat stroke. Lincoln, don't worry, we already discarded that suit a long time ago. Lynn, oh. Regains composure, so will you still forgive me? Lincoln, of course, Lynn. Lynn slowly smiles, brother and sister forever, Link? Lincoln smiles as well, hugs Lynn for the last time, brother and sister forever, Lynn. Lynn now truly smiles, knowing that her soul brother will never disappear in her life. They continue their walk home, and eventually make it there. Luan. Lincoln is in the living room, walking around. Then suddenly, Mr. Coconuts, supposedly still damaged, pops up in front of him. Luan, as disfigured Mr. Coconuts, hey, Slick. You still owe me, remember? Lincoln, what? Luan, as disfigured Mr. Coconuts, it's been 72 hours, and you still haven't showed up. Now you're really gonna get it. Lincoln, oh boy. Lincoln now braces himself for possible brutality, only for Luan to laugh, and remove the fake damaged head, revealing the actual one to be fine. She gives out a hearty laugh, takes Mr. Coconuts off her hand and hugs Lincoln. Luan, I'm just kidding, Linky. Kisses him on forehead, how are you, little bro? Lincoln, all fine, Luan. Luan, nice to hear, Link. Would you like to go to cinema with me? With me around, you'll watch any PG-13 movie you want. Lincoln, understood, big sis. Let's go then. Luan, that's the spirit, Linky. Come on. She strokes his hair, then the two leave the house, and approach the movie theater. Lincoln and Luan decide what to watch. Luan, so what it'll be, Link? Anything that's PG-13 is welcome with me around. Lincoln, okay. Would like to watch Ace Savvy, the animated movie, but I doubt you'd like it, considering you're not big fan of him. Luan, fine by me, Link, I'll watch anything, Link, just to keep you happy. Strokes his hair again. Lincoln, if you say so, let's go get the tickets. Luan, they're on me, Link, don't worry. James and Normand were generous enough to patch me up with money. They gave me $182. Lincoln, alrighty then. Come on, Luan. They approach the ticket window. Luan, 2 tickets for Ace Savvy, the animated movie, please. Ticket salesman, this is PG-13 movie. You must be 13 and over to watch that film. Luan, it's okay, I'm 14 years old. Ticket salesman, okay then. That'll be $7.50. Luan pays for the tickets and receives 2 tickets for the chosen film. Luan, here you go, Lincoln. Gives him 1 ticket. Lincoln, thanks, Luan. Come on. They enter the theater, hand over their tickets, and watch the film together. 2 hours later. Lincoln and Luan exit the theater, quite satisfied by the film. Lincoln, that film rocked. Luan, yeah it did, indeed. I don't know what was so good about Ace Savvy, but now that I've seen him in action, I can respect him. Lincoln, alrighty then. Luan, would you like to sit in the park with me? Lincoln, sure thing, big sis. Luan, come on, then, Link. Minutes pass by, the two loud kids make it there, and sit on nearby bench. Luan then decides now is the time to make up to her soul brother for her brutal antics over the time. Luan, sadly, hey, Link. Lincoln, yes, Luan? She sadly puts her hand on Lincoln's shoulder, and proceeds with her apology. Luan sighs, I'm sorry, Lincoln. Lincoln, for what, big sis? Luan, for that time when me and others angrily forced you to attend that moronic dance. Flashback to events of dance resolution. Lincoln, you guys, I wasn't bummed out. I didn't want her to ask me, because I wanted to go to the arcade tonight. Luan, irked, then why didn't you say so, you Utes? Lincoln, 'cause you made me feel so guilty. All that stuff about the most important dance in a girl's life. Luna, forcefully, well, you're going to the dance now, dude, 'cause my friend'll be wicked bummed if you flake on her. Lynn, mine too. Lucy, ditto. Luan, defensively, yeah. No one likes a flake. Laughs at Rimshot, but seriously, you're going. Lincoln, but you guys, how am I supposed to juggle 4 dates? Luna, that's not our problem, dude. Luan, you dug your own grave, Lincoln. Lynn, now you gotta lie in it. Lucy, sarcastically, lucky. Flashback ends, back to present. Luan, seriously, Link, I really had no idea what I was thinking pulling off that nasty stunt. I could have stayed out when I had the chance, but knowing my tendencies, I had to do it, in the end. Lincoln, yeah. Saddens a bit from remember that moment. Luan, and I'd like to let you onto something. Lincoln, what is it though? Luan, when you got back home later on, Lori chewed us out when she found out about that nasty stunt we pulled. And let me tell you, she had every right to do so, because even though you lied, we weren't in the right either by forcing you to do such thing, let alone comply without any help guaranteed. Flashback to shortly after events of dance resolution. Loud residence, evening. Lincoln heads back home from the dance and arcade, but just as he opens the door and enters the living room, the only loud boy spots Lori scolding Luna, Luan, Lynn and Lucy over what they did to their soul brother, much to his shock and surprise. Lori, angrily, what the hell, girls? Luna, frantically, we're sorry, Lori, we really had no idea we'd end up doing the same thing at the same time. Lori, but did you had to go and do it, when you could have simply called your friends and told them you four made a mistake? Lynn, well, we'd be afraid to do so, since we were worried about their moods only. Lori, and you even refused to help Lincoln out, seriously, what's wrong with you four? Luan, we're really sorry. Lucy, we just wanted to help, that's all. Lori thinks about something for a bit, but still glares daggers at the four sisters. Lori, okay, I'll let this one slide, but one more stunt like that. She cracks her knuckles to assure her seriousness. Lori, and I'll make sure repercussions will be much more severe than this, understood? The four loud girls gulp nervously, and quickly nod. Lori, good. Now get lost, all of you. Then they run upstairs as fast as they can. Flashback ends, back to present. Luan, so yeah. Then there was that time when I was about to pummel you nearly to death during the sister fight protocol incident. Flashback to events of brawl in the family. Lincoln, guys, Luna and Luan growl at him, prompting Lincoln to crouch down and smile sheepishly. Lori, Lynn, Lisa, Lenny, Lana, and Lucy have got out of their rooms and witnessed the commotion. Lynn, through megaphone, sister fight protocol. Divide and isolate, Lola is on her princess car, in which she gets Luna on. Lola, you're paying for new shocks, Lincoln. Lana grabs Luan with her rope and pulls her to Lincoln's room as she holds Lincoln by his shirt, getting ready to pummel him. This room is now off limits. She then shuts the door, and the off-limits sign is on the doorknob. Flashback ends, back to present. Luan, while slowly stroking his hair out of regret and guilt, I was more of a monster than sister that fateful day, Link. And the worst of all, is that unfortunate time, when I have promised brutal vengeance against you and others when you guys pulled that revenge prank on me. Flashback to events of Fool's Paradise. Luan, condescendingly, clap, clap, clap. Well done, family. You got me. You may have won this time, but next year, I'm gonna stop going easy on you and give you all an April Fool's you'll never forget. Especially you, Dad. Starts laughing maniacally. Lin Sr., horrified along with his family, what have I done? The rest of the family runs away screaming in terror as Luan keeps floating and laughing. Flashback ends, back to present. Luan cries and hugs Lincoln out of heavy guilt. Luan, please, Lincoln, don't throw me out of your life over everything I committed against you. I'm so sorry. Wah. Lincoln thinks about it, then does the right thing. Lincoln hugs and caresses her back. SHHH, it's all right, Luan. I still love you and will never cast you aside. Ever. Luan, you mean it? Lincoln, of course, Luan. Even though we may not share same lifestyle, I'll still love you dearly, big sis. Luan regains composure, smiles, and kisses Lincoln on forehead. Luan, thanks, Link. You're the best. And I promise from now on, that I'll never force you to attend some stupid dance ever again, and I'll tone down my pranking aggression. Lincoln, you're welcome, and alright, Luan. Come on, let's go home. They stand up, leave the park, and make the way to their house. Luna. Lincoln is listening some music in his room, until Luna knocked on the door. The former takes headphones off his head. Lincoln, come in. Luna enters her only brother's room. Luna, hey little bro, how are you today? Lincoln, sup, Luna. All fine over here. Luna, nice to hear, little dude. Would you like to go to garage to play some muscle instruments with me, and then we'll go and buy tickets for today's Smooch concert? Lincoln, sure thing, big sis. Would like to hear Smooch again. Luna, alrighty. Come on, Linky. They both walk into her and Luan's room. Luna takes her trademark axe, while Lincoln gets a drum along with drumsticks, head to their garage and set everything up. Luna, alright. You ready, lil dude? Lincoln, yep. Luna, okay then. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. We cut to montage Lincoln and Luna playing any music that they have in mind, together. Luna is guitarist, while Lincoln is drummer for their own little gig. 20 to 40 minutes passed, they've had enough, and stop. Luna, that was really nice. Man, it's so good to play music with you, little bro. Lincoln, same with you, playing some music with you never gets old, that's for sure. Luna, ah, Linky. She, from hearing such warmest words, hugs Lincoln and kisses him in the forehead. Luna, you are the best indeed, little bro. Let's go, but first, let's put these babies back into my room. Lincoln, sure thing, Luna. They take their musical instruments back to Luna's and Luan's room, head back outside, but head to the mall instead. Half an hour passed, they made it there, enter it, and approach a stand where Smooch tickets are being sold. Luna, 2 tickets for today's Smooch concert, please. Vendor, that'll be $5.96. Luna pays and receives 2 concert tickets, 1 for herself, and 1 for her only brother. Luna, thanks. They walk away from the stand to examine their tickets. Lincoln, so the concert will happen today, 2:45 p.m. Luna, okay, Link. Luna checks her e-watch and sees it's 2:07 p.m. now. Luna, we have time, lil bro, so why don't we enjoy ourselves around here? Lincoln, sure. Luna, alright, Link. Why don't we sit for now? Lincoln, alright then. They both approach nearby bench and sit on it. Now that Luna has Lincoln with her, she decides now is the time to make up to her soul brother. Luna, while we're here, bro. She saddens from guilt and regret, as usual. Luna, can you forgive me over the bad moments? Lincoln, like what, big sis? Luna, for these times when I brutally kicked you out of my room with that riff just for money, threatened you overtaking Luan's side, growling at you like you're the worst person in my life during that dress incident, forced you to attend that crappy dance, kicked the living heck out of you for that darn car seat, and so on. Lincoln looks at her, and sees that her guilt is 100% legit. Luna, but that's nothing compared to the worst mistake of my life. Lincoln, and that would be... Luna, that moment when all of us agreed that you stay away from our house. Tears start to well in her eyes from serious guilt, along with her bottom lip quivering. Luna, why? Jeju just, why? I am supposed to be your legal guardian, but look what I did. I am more of a monster than your own sister. Now she starts crying, because she feels really guilty from everything she had done to her soul brother. Lincoln is sad himself, but he'll never hesitate to reassure. Lincoln, patting her back and smiling, Luna, it's all right, I still forgive and love you, because you're my favorite sister. Sure, we may had bad moments together, but we're still family, big sis. Luna slowly regains composure, looks at Lincoln, smiles as well, and hugs him tightly. Luna, Lincoln, you are indeed the best little brother any big sister can ask for. Lincoln, and I promise that I'll never cast you aside in my life. Luna, thanks again, Linky. Lincoln hugs his rocking sister back for good 20 seconds, breaks it up, then the latter checks her watch and sees that it's 5:39 p.m. Luna, alrighty Linky, let's go get our seats, then we'll listen to that cool smooch concert, and we'll go home. Lincoln, sure thing. Come on, Luna. They stand up, leave the bench, get to the concert hall, and enjoy their musical party, just like last time. 5 minutes later, the concert is over, crowd is dispersing, Lincoln and Luna are walking back home, while holding each other's hands. They make it there, and go about their own business. Lenny. Lincoln is in his room, putting on his formal outfit, consisting of orange suit with tie of his same signature color, then addresses the readers. Lincoln, to readers, now I know what you guys are thinking. Lincoln, today's nothing special, why are you wearing fancy clothes? Well, since you can do the same in video games for no good reason, I decided to do the same here, just for the sake of experiment, and see how others will react. He leaves his room, goes downstairs, Lenny spots him there. Lenny, hey, Linky. Ooh, are you wearing fancy clothes? Lincoln, yeah. Lenny, I want to wear ones too. I'll be right back. She rushes upstairs to wear hers, then comes back, and we see her donning seafoam dress. Lincoln, you look great, Lenny. Lenny, aw, Linky, you are so nice. The loud fashion lover hugs him tightly and kisses her only brother from hearing such lovable words. Lenny, I'm heading to the mall today, so would you like to go to there with me? Lincoln, sure thing, Lenny. Lenny, that's the spirit, Linky. Come on, I'll be driving. Lincoln, okay. Author's note, it's alright guys, in my vision, Lenny now knows at least how to drive decently without having to screw up, well, mostly, anyway. They get into Vanzilla, Lenny starts it up, and they both drive to the mall. They make it there, leave their van, and enter. Lenny, all right Linky, we'll be going to the clothing stores, and buy ourselves some really great threads. I'll be getting myself new dresses, gowns, shirts and more, while you can freely get yourself some cool Ace-savvy clothes. And no worries, I'll be paying for everything, Linky. Besides, knowing my purchasing tendencies, James and Normand were generous enough to give me $3,278. She strokes his hair in genuine assurance. Lincoln, wow, I see. Lenny, all right, let's go, time is fashion. Linky, well, in my case, anyway. Lincoln, right behind you, Lenny. And with that, they head to Lenny's one of favorite clothing store. We cut to montage of Lincoln and Lenny buying both ordinary and fancy clothes. 15 minutes later, they finish shopping and meet at the cashier. Lenny, got anything you need, Linky? Lincoln, yeah, got myself some orange striped shirts with long sleeves, more orange clothes, sweaters included, 2 Ace-savvy shirts and pajamas as well. Lenny, that's nice to hear. Lincoln, yeah. Now, I trust you have everything too? Lenny, yepers. Come on, let's pay for them, then we'll have ice cream on me. Lincoln, all right, I'm in. Let's go, big sis. They approach the cashier, pay for the clothes, leave the clothing store, make their way to ice cream vendor, and Lenny purchases 2 fudge pops, one for herself and one for Lincoln. And after that they, while still carrying bags with their new clothes, sit on nearby bench and dig in their icy treats. Several minutes passed, they've finished, throw the popsicle sticks into trash, leave the mall, and make their way back into Vanzilla. They enter it, Lenny starts up the family van, but Lincoln notices she's starting up the van with depression written all over her face. Lincoln, what's wrong, Lenny? Lenny, I just can't stop feeling bad about those times when I have treated you like dirt, Linky. Lincoln, you do? Lenny, yeah, I really feel bad for those times when I have joined the others to beat the living poop out of you for that stupid car seat, beaten up you and others just for money, volunteered to pull that nasty prank on you just because you wanted to sit in quiet comfort, and that unfortunate time when I ignored you over that embarrassing video of us, but that's when I should have realized, Linky, that even if you didn't filmed me doing such embarrassing stuff, Luan could have done it easily herself. Knowing her ways. Lincoln, yeah. Lenny, but that's okay, Linky, because I still love and forgive you, because you are the best brother any sister can ask for. Lincoln, and I forgive you too, Lenny. After all, you can't let some memories affect your relations with a specific person. Lenny, aw, Linky. They both share a big hug, keep each other in embrace for 30 seconds. Lenny kisses him on forehead, breaks up the hug, and drive back home. Now we finally move on to Lori, the last sister who Lincoln will be spending time with, and then we will turn to the parents who'll be next. Lori. Lincoln is heading upstairs to see how is Lori doing. He reaches the hallway, turns left, enters her and Lenny's room, and sees his eldest sister lying on her bed there, browsing on her phone. Lincoln, sup, Lori. He approaches her. Lori, hey, Lincoln. Lincoln, I'm free today, so we can go out together today. Lori, that's nice to hear. Lincoln, you offered me the day after yesterday that we go to the French-Mexican fusion restaurant. We can start there, if you wish. Lori, all right, we'll be there soon. Why don't you go and prepare yourself while I do the same? I'll be waiting for you outside. Lincoln, sure thing. I'll see you outside, Lori. Lori, alrighty, I'll see you there as well, Linky. Lincoln leaves her room, goes to bathroom, takes a pee, washes his face, along with hands, then goes to his room next to wear his orange sweater with reddish collar, and sprays on himself some men's deodorant. Lori, in her room, meanwhile, changes into her blue dress shirt with a purple skirt, then she gets her face makeup ready, and sprays on herself some perfume as well. Lincoln is now fully ready, goes outside, and sees Lori waiting for him at Vanzilla. Lincoln, all right, I'm ready, Lori. You look nice. Lori, likewise, Lincoln, but you didn't have to wear your decent-looking sweater. Lincoln, I know, but since you'd prepare yourself, figured I'd do the same just so people wouldn't look at me like complete stranger. Lori, good point, Linky. Come on, hop in. They both get into Vanzilla, Lori starts it up, and the two make their way to Jean Juan's French Mex. They park Vanzilla in its parking lot, get out of the van, enter the restaurant, and take their seats there. A waiter approaches the two loud kids. Waiter, welcome. What it'll be? Lori, I'll have some nachos with salsa to go with it, and I'll have some quesadillas with garlic sauce. Lincoln, and I'll have some tacos, along with adobo chicken and fries to go with it. Waiter, okay. That'll be $19.75. Lori gets out a $20 bill and hands it over to the waiter. Waiter, thank you. Your order will be arrived shortly. Lincoln, you're welcome. The waiter leaves the two for now. Lincoln is glad to be here, but... Lincoln, I must say, Lori, thanks a lot for agreeing to go out with me together. Lori, you're literally welcome, Linky. Anything for a little bro like you. Lincoln, yeah. It's nice to be here again, but... Lori, but what, Linky? Lincoln, being here again reminds me of that unfortunate time from a while ago, when we were attending that double date. Flashback to events of Save the Date. Classmate number 4, hey Lincoln. What ya doing at Jean Juan's French Mex buffet? Lincoln, I'm just here with family. I mean, friends. I mean, family friends. Classmate number 4, isn't that Ronnie Ann? Lincoln, no. I mean, maybe. I didn't know she was here. Classmate number 4, hey, are those khakis? Gasp. You're wearing date pants. Classmate number 3, I knew it. Ronnie and is your girlfriend. He and others laugh. Lincoln, she is not my girlfriend. Guys, I already told you. Ronnie and is rude and gross and totally annoying. I'd rather lick the bathroom floor than kiss that weirdo. Lori, Lincoln flinched, then camera shifts over to Lori and Bobby, both of whom look furious at what Lincoln just said, and then over to Ronnie and, who is again shocked and heartbroken at hearing Lincoln repeating these harsh words, after that bonding they just went through. Tears well up in her eyes, and she runs for the entrance, angrily. Bobby, we're broken up again, babe. I mean, Lori. Lori starts crying her eyes out, and Lincoln's classmates point and laugh at him. Flashback ends, back to present. Lincoln sadly sighs from remembering that painful moment, and Lori feels sorry for him. Lori, oh, Lincoln. She consoles him with a hug for a bit, then lets go. Lincoln, yeah. Lori, you know, Lincoln, even though your mistake was almost fatal that day, it's my fault too since I let it happen. You were being laughed at, mercilessly, when I just stood still and done nothing, when I should have, like a sister. And that's when I should have realized it, but... Lincoln, what happened, happened. Lori, yeah, unfortunately. But that's okay, Linky, because from now on, I'll never be this lazy, along with being stupid, and will always do what will be right. Lincoln, I see. Minutes passed, the waiter comes back to Lincoln and Lori with their ordered food. Waiter, here you go. Enjoy. Lori, thanks again. Now the two loud kids dig in their foods, and they really enjoy it. 15 minutes later, they have ate all of their food, exit the restaurant, and get back into Vanzilla. But before Lori starts it up, she has something in her mind. Lori, Link, before we head home, I just want to say that I'm so sorry for everything I've done against you, I really am. Lincoln, I'm sorry too, for everything I've committed against you and others. Lori, but no matter how harsh things may be Link, I'll always forgive and love you, as my little brother. Lincoln, same here, I'll always love you too, Lori, even after all these bad moments. Lori, so, siblings to the end, Linky? Lincoln, siblings to the end, big sis. They both smile at each other, hug each other, keep in each other's embrace for 15 seconds, break it up, and ride back home. Now it's the parents' turn to spend some time with their sole son. Rita. Lincoln is sitting in the kitchen, having some meatball subs, while reading his comics. His mom, Rita, comes to him. Rita, hey, Lincoln. Lincoln, hey, Mom. Rita, would you like to go out and spend some time with me, son? Lincoln, that would be nice, Mom. Rita, that's great to hear, Lincoln. Lincoln, where should we start? Though? Rita, how about Gus Games and Grub? Lincoln, all right, sure thing. But Mom, are you not interested in video games and such? Rita, it's all right, Lincoln, it's just so I can relax from the usual noisy atmosphere in this house. Lincoln, I see. Okay then, come on, let's go. They both leave the house, get into Vanzilla, the loud mother starts it up, make their way to Gus Games and Grub, exit the van, enter the place, approach the cash register. Rita, hello there. I'd like 1 strawberry ice cream, 1 bag of bacon CHPS, and a bottle of Fanta, please. Shop assistant, that'll be $5.59. The loud matriarch pays for the order, then she receives the order, and goes to nearby vacant spot with her sole son, while carrying their food. They take their sits. Rita, Lincoln, before we eat. She calmly puts her hand on Lincoln's, then sadly sighs. Rita, I want to apologize, honey. Lincoln, for what, Mom? Rita, for that moment when I have sternly forced you to exercise. Flashback to events of the loudest yard. Rita, Lincoln, why don't you go outside? It's not healthy to sit around playing video games all day. Lincoln, actually, Mom, some studies show. Rita, out. Lincoln, right, cut to the tree in the backyard. Lincoln is still playing his video game. Rita, that's not what I meant. You need to get some exercise. And I have just the thing, the mall. Lynn Sr. and some of the other fathers are power walking inside. Lynn Sr., panting, good workout, son? Lincoln, keeping up at a normal pace, feeling the burn, Dad. Lynn Sr., last one to the food court buys the soft pretzels. Lincoln comes to a halt and sees the arcade. He goes inside and plays Total Turbo, Super Bikers XXI only to get caught. Lynn Sr., ahem? Lincoln, oh. Hey, Dad. Chuckles nervously, guess I'm paying for the pretzels. His dad grabs him. Back at the house, Rita is following along with an aerobics show. Rita, panting, phew. See? Exercise can be fun. It appears Lincoln is following along. Lincoln, I read you loud and clear, Mom. It turns out he's just reading a comic book he taped to his mother's glutes. As he tries to turn the page, the comic falls off, leading Rita to realize. Rita, Lincoln. I see I'm going to have to take other measures. Lincoln, uneasy. What kind of measures? He is now given some gear for a certain sport. Lincoln, football? Come on, Mom. You know sports aren't my thing. Cut to a montage of Lincoln participating in sports, but not actually playing them. He's playing catch with Clyde. Clyde tosses him the ball, but he's just reading comic books and misses the ball. He's playing basketball with Liam. Liam passes the ball, but it just passes by Lincoln preoccupied with his comics. He's playing badminton with Lola. Lola serves the shuttlecock, but he has his racket secured around his sweatband, while he's playing video games, and the shuttlecock hits him in the head, not even fazing him. Lynn tosses a horseshoe that misses the ringer, and hits Lincoln's shin. Lincoln, OW, the montage ends, back to present. Rita, ugh. I know, honey, but you left me no choice. One way or another, you have to get some exercise. Lincoln, Mom, wait. Look. Pretends to do aerobics, I'm exercising right now. Pulls a muscle, ow ow. Charlie horse, Rita sighs, and walks away. Flashback ends, back to present. Rita, even though you screwed up that football game later on, what I should have done is simply have Lynn train and exercise with you, and that way we could have avoided it all. Lincoln, yeah, but don't worry, me and Lynn did exercise earlier. Rita, ah. Well, that's nice to hear, and I'm glad you actually did so. Lincoln, uh-huh. Rita, and that's not all though. I forced you to play sports, Lincoln, then later on that day, when me and your father were a couple of lazybones. Gosh, I feel like such a hypocrite. Flashback to events of health kicked. Lincoln looks to his parents wearing jogging suits, but rather than exercising, they're lazing on the couch, reading the paper and eating snacks. Lincoln, hey guys, you wanna go for a walk? It's a beautiful day out. Rita, no thanks, sweetie. We are nice and comfy right here. Charles comes in with his leash wanting to go for a walk. Rita and Lynn Sr., doing nose goes, dibs not. Go back to reading their papers. Charles whimpers to Lincoln who takes him. Rita, have a nice walk, Lincoln. Goes back to her paper. Flashback ends, back to present. Rita, and let's not forget that time when I have scolded you like a complete psycho after the store incident. Flashback to events of serial offender. On the way home from the grocery store, Rita is pissed with Lincoln. Rita, very upset, well, isn't this wonderful? I guess I'll be shopping in the next town over for a while. Lincoln, I'm sorry, Mom. But it's not all my fault. Rita, silences him with her hand wave, I don't want to hear about it. You told me you could handle the grocery shopping, but clearly you cannot. Lincoln, but zombie Bran. Rita, you can forget about that cereal, Lincoln. Lincoln, but. Rita, end of discussion. Flashback ends, back to present. Rita, I later regretted doing that, when James and Normand came around and told me the truth. But the worst of everything I have ever done to you, son, is during that bad luck incident, when I have agreed with others that you stay away from the house. Seriously, what kind of mother was I to lock you, my own son, away from our own home? I feel like a complete monster to you. She now bursts into tears from guilt. Lincoln reassures his mother it's fine, and it's over for a long time. He reaches and hugs her for comfort. Lincoln, Mom, it's all right, I'm still here, alive and well. I'll always love and forgive you. Always. The loud mother regains composure, looks at her sole son, and returns the hug. Rita, seriously, Lincoln, you're still my little angel, and there's no way I'll ever throw you out of my life. Lincoln, and you are the best mother any child can ask for. Honest. Rita, ah honey. She kisses him on forehead out of hearing such beautiful words, breaks up the hug, then the two proceed to eat their foods. A couple of minutes passed, they leave the arcade, get back into van, and drive back home. Lynn Sr. Later that day, Lincoln is in the living room, watching some TV from the couch. His father, Lynn Sr., approaches and sits next to him. Lynn Sr., hey there, sport. You busy? Lincoln, not much, Dad. Lynn Sr., that's nice to hear, son. Would you like to go to grocery store with me? I want to prepare a very delicious meal for this dinner. Lincoln, I would like to, but what about that time with the store? Isn't that manager still upset with me? Lynn Sr., no worries about that, son. Shortly after you and your sisters were kicked out of the store, James and Normand have agreed to pay $3,000 to cover the damages that your sisters did. After all, they are the true guilty party, and not you, son, so everything will be fine, I promise. Lincoln, I see. In that case, I'm ready to go with you, Dad. Lynn Sr., that's the spirit, Lincoln. Let's go. They leave the house, get into the family van, the loud patriarch starts it up, and drive to the store. The two make it there, park it in the lot, get out, and enter the shop. The same manager who kicked Lincoln and his sisters out previously greets and approaches the two. Store manager, hey, the white-haired kid. Lincoln, why yes. Store manager, your neighbors, James and Normand, have paid me $3,000 for the damages that your sisters did last time, and that's why I want to say that you're always welcome in my store, boy, but only when you're accompanied by less than 3 people. Lincoln, I see. Store manager, anyway, enjoy your shopping. Lynn Sr., we will, mister. Thanks. The loud father now proceeds to shop together with his sole son. 15 minutes later, they got everything they need for this evening's dinner, pay for all of the groceries, making their way back to Vanzilla, while carrying all the stuff they bought, put it in trunk, get back in the van, and drive back home. They approach their house, get all of groceries from the car, enter, and unpack everything in the kitchen. Lynn Sr., it was really nice to shop with just you, my son. Lincoln, likewise, Dad, and with just you, it was peaceful and fun. Lynn Sr., indeed it was, son. Before we begin cooking, though, can we sit and talk? Lincoln, sure thing. Before we do, let's pack everything we bought in the fridge, though. Lynn Sr., good point there, son. They do so, and gather at the table in the dining area. Lynn Sr., Lincoln, I'm sorry. Very sorry, son. He sadly puts his hand on Lincoln's shoulder. Lincoln, for what, Dad? Lynn Sr., for that moment, when I have unfairly grounded you during the Princess Pony fiasco. Flashback to events of sleuth or consequences. Lincoln, undeterred, I'm looking forward to it. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll go tell. Lola, doing it for him, Dad. It was Lincoln who clogged the toilet. Lynn Sr., Lincoln, you're grounded. Girls, you're no longer grounded. Flashback ends, back to present. Lynn Sr., seriously Lincoln, it was so wrong of me, when I should have known it'd be Lucy in reality. Then there was that one time when I have hogged Veronica all to myself only. Flashback to events of Fantastic Voyage. The kids and Rita hear a blaring car horn, and a brand new van pulls up onto the drive. They gasp in awe as the window lowers to reveal Lynn Sr. Lynn Sr., ain't she a beaut? I fell in love the minute I took her for a test drive. Check this out. He brings out a remote which he uses to open the door. The kids and Rita excitedly rush up to their brand new van, but Lynn Sr. intentionally closes the door on them, causing the kids and Rita to slam into the van and fall over. Lynn Sr., tooting, not so fast. This van is brand new and I want to keep it that way. Shoes off. From now on you'll wear these booties. Holds up a pair of booties, now line up for inspection, later at night time. Lynn Sr., holding a clipboard, aha, so no history of flaking skin, projectile vomiting, or leaky bowel syndrome. Turns to Lana, you may enter. Lana dashes into the van, and closes the sliding door. Lynn Sr. gets in the van. Lynn Sr., okay gang. Let's take her for a ride. Starts the van and backs off the driveway, but unfortunately, he drives it back, everybody out. Don't smudge the door handles, Rita, and the loud children complain about the very short ride they had. Lenny, that was, like, the shortest ride ever. Lynn Sr., now guys, we don't want to rack up the mileage on Veronica. Lincoln, who? Lynn Sr., oh, that's the name I gave my little baby. Now, everybody out, the kids and Rita get out of the car, feeling annoyed. Just as Lynn Sr. gets out and closes the door, Lori comes back. Lori, Dad, can I borrow, Veronica tomorrow? Lynn Sr. laughs, but realizes, oh wait. You're serious? Oh sorry, honey, nobody drives her but me. Rita, and me of course. Lynn Sr. laughs again but realizes, oh wait. You're serious too. Lori and Rita just walk away, feeling annoyed. Flashback ends, back to present. Lynn Sr. facepalms from guilt. Lynn Sr., and what the heck was I even thinking to keep that car to myself only? Guess I was no better than you, son. Lincoln, you mean when I won that limo a while back, and kept it to myself as well? Lynn Sr., yeah. And the worst of all, son, is that time with the sister fight protocol. Seriously, son, I should have done everything to stop it all, but I couldn't, and look what happened. I allowed your sisters to torture you the worst way possible, yet I've just acted like a true coward. I'm so sorry, son. Lynn Sr. gets depressed from true guilt and regret, hugs his soul son. Lynn Sr., can you ever forgive me, son? I just wished I could have done something, but in the end, I didn't. Lincoln, it's all right, Dad. Even after those times, I still love you, and will never stop doing so. Lynn Sr., thanks Lincoln, that really helped. From now on, whether something's happening between your sisters, I'll try my best to prevent collateral damage. So, father and son forever, Link? Lincoln, father and son forever, Dad. Lincoln smiles at his father, returns the hug. Lynn Sr. is relieved that his only son will never cast him aside. 20 seconds have passed, they break up the hug, and look at the clock. It's evening now, and close to dinner time. Lynn Sr., all right, sport, let's go and cook the dinner. Today's menu will be Italian chicken wraps. Lincoln, sounds good enough for me. I'll cook it with you together. Lynn Sr., that's my boy. Come on, son, let our father and son moment proceed. And with that, we cut to montage of Lincoln and his father cooking the meal together. They enjoy their time together as well. 40 minutes later, they have finished cooking the necessary amount, putting 3 chicken wraps on all 12 plates, and put some chips to go with it as well. Lynn Sr., everyone, dinner's ready. The loud mother and sisters come to the table, take a bite of the chicken wraps that Lincoln and Lynn Sr. made, and they love them. Sisters, M. Rita, very delicious, Lynn. Lynn Sr., and it's all thanks to Lincoln, who has happily volunteered to help me cook this awesome meal. Sisters, why? This makes the sisters ecstatic. They cheer and clap at Lincoln, who's a bit proud himself. He smiles at this. Epilogue. After the dinner, Lincoln is in his room, who's happy from all of this experience. He addresses the readers. Lincoln, to readers, well, guys, guess I did learn my lesson, that no matter how harsh the damages may have been, your family will always be out there to look out, and forgive you. It's decided, you guys. I'll never, ever quit my family, and will try my best to be here as long as possible. And just as Lincoln finished saying that, he hears a knock. Lincoln, it's open. The door opens to reveal Luna. Luna, hey, little dude. Can you come downstairs? We're having family meeting in the living room. Lincoln, sure thing, Luna. They both come downstairs to the living room. Lincoln sees all of his family there, waiting for him. Lori, well, Lincoln, I hope you enjoyed spending time with us. Lincoln, I really did, Lori. Thanks for everything you've done for me, guys. Lynn, it was nothing, lil bro. Luan, we're just glad that we still have you, Link. Lucy, yeah. We're sorry for everything. Lola, and we mean that with all our hearts. Luna, from now on, little bro, we'll try our best not to be so hard to you anymore. Lenny, and, like, whether something's happening, you're more than welcome to help. Lori, yeah, and we'll never cast you aside, ever. Lincoln, same here, guys. I'll always try to be as nice as possible to you, never stop loving you all, and will never trade all of you for the world. And just as the only loud boy said that, he pulled out his arms. The whole family approaches their soul brother and son, give him the most genuine group hug, and with that, we finally close our story, knowing that Lincoln's family will be there for him, no matter what. The end.